Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I haven't been making videos for a really long time, but I'm gonna say that uh, everybody waiting for this video. I'm thinking there are gonna be some more parts of it because if I'm gonna make it one video, it's gonna be 2 hours or more, and I don't want to make such a big long video. Yeah. So today the part one. Let's start with the thing that I'm not home as you see. Uh, but as you see, I have finally moved to Istanbul a couple months ago, about 6 months ago. Now I'm not at my home, and why my home you're gonna learn later. But I'm not in the place where I'm living. I'm actually in my boyfriend's apartment. So because I have some problems in my apartment, and I'm gonna stay here a little bit, and then I'm gonna go when we're gonna make everything better in my apartment. So yeah, I want to start the story from the thing how I was happy this day. It was really happy and mysteriously really lucky day at first time, because I woke up and I was thinking like, oh my god, bro, I'm finally going out of everything I didn't like here to see, and I'm going to look every day at Istanbul. I didn't know I'm gonna have a lot of adventures here, and I'm gonna feel like Lara Croft in Tomb Raider when she has a lot of obstacles, etc. But yeah, it really and psychologically it started really happily. Even we've got to airport, nobody's like ask me when I'm gonna come back to Russia. Nobody asked as usual, it happens. Just women complimented my hairstyle, and I was really happy because that was really cute for nowadays, because people nowadays are not that cute in such places, like in any country, not only in Russia. Yeah. So later on, also when I was giving my luggage to them to take my ticket, there was really like a man who liked to joke. He was really pretty cool joking, but the thing is, I had two luggage, the first thing, and the second thing, I'm using their program. Yeah, I was flying with Aeroflot, Russian Airlines, like this. And I don't know why, probably because of the program, probably because I had two luggage. But what I want to say that he told me, you can go, I give you this thing, the paper, you can go to the business lounge for free. I was really happy. I thought, oh my garble, what is it? It was my first time going to business lunch, but I'm gonna say that only I had this. My mom didn't give it. They didn't give it to my mom. But she said, okay, go. You can eat something there. Yes, I've got there. I was really like impressed. You know, because you can relax here a little bit, taken up. For example, there are toilets that are really luxurious. There are of course alcohol, but I didn't drink anything. I don't want. Yeah, there are of course food, and I ate food, drank tea and some of juices, something like this. I brought my mom water for free, like this, because usually we buy water somewhere in the airport. But this time I felt like I can just take it from here and give it to my mom for free, like this. Also, I've got some cookies, and that's it. Okay, our flight starts. I'm really happy. I realize I'm gonna see my boyfriend. I'm gonna live here in Istanbul. I'm really happy because the day started really, I don't know, and like how to even to explain this, how I felt, because I didn't believe unbelievable like this. I like when we came to Istanbul, I was really happy. I realized that I'm not gonna go out here in couple days, couple weeks. I'm gonna stay here. My mind didn't believe it, so I'm immediately like calling my boyfriend because he was like we were talking about their apartment that I'm gonna live in. He gonna give me, of course, for money, because that's not only his business. It's also his brother's business. So yeah, but we came a little bit early. It still was a little bit like, I don't know how to explain. It's not even. It wasn't tidy or not clean. It was the unbelievable thing. Like, I don't know how to explain how much was it. It's bad. Like, he didn't want to give it to me as yes, I like mixing two languages, and that's normal. He didn't want to give me it, but one day before my flight, we decided that we need home, and I had a little bit of pressure from my mother and stepdad that we need home. Yeah. So he said like, probably not this, probably this, like this. I'm a bit really like, no, we decide we are going to delay this. And I'm asking like, he says like, you need to give money like advance, like therefore a little amount of money. um what do you know, what do you think? I'm asking like, if we don't like, can we take it back? He says yes, because everybody said to him that we can do it. And then the next part of this like first adventure in all these 6 months, we come, my mom starts arguing with me, starts arguing with my dad. My dad also against this flat, like apartment. And you know what? I'm saying like, but I like it, like let's wait. And they say, no, we want to do. And in the end, I'm asking like, can we take the money? He said yes, yes, because I told you. He's calling his brother and like the agent, real estate agent they're working with. And they say no, we don't give this. So they kinda, somebody lied to somebody, and somebody lied to my boyfriend. And out of this, of course, there became a family war or something like this. Family war, my relationship were like with the question, with the sign of question, because it was really the first time when I lived such a situation. Of course, everybody started like telling that my boyfriend wanted to take my money, and that's why he lied to me, etc. He just needed my money. But I know this person. Of course, you don't know any person perfectly, but in this case, I know my boyfriend pretty cool. Like, really, really, I know. So it couldn't be like this. Probably it could be from his brothers or this agent, but not him. Yeah. And to be honest, we started arguing with my boyfriend for the first time. Yes, we had a little bit arguments. Like, there are stupid arguments in the relationship, and that's normal. Sometimes they happen, especially on the distance relationship, etc. But now I came and we started really arguing that everybody thought that we're gonna break up, or something else. Everyone had paranoia. And the thing is, a couple days after this, he got to army, and it was really pretty hard to realize how we said goodbye to each other, because I'm not gonna take in the details, but we have also our agent, and she started like telling that my boyfriend is bad and you are stupid, and she got me to the police because my dad wanted, and they said like go write anything about it, but not to the police. I was like, I'm not gonna write anything because that's not normal. Really, that's not normal for me to write like bad things about the person you really love, and he didn't do that. Like, I didn't want to do the wrong thing for myself, because all my life I did what my parents want, and for the first time I decided that I should do something that, like, in according to relationship, I should do something that I feel I should do. I felt that I should be on both sides. Like, I should help both my family, both my boyfriend. I don't have this syndrome anymore of helping, etc. Just the situation is like this. I didn't want anybody argue with each other, my family, his family, etc. I didn't want it. Yeah. And one day we just met, and I said him, like, they lied to you. I know it's bad to write on your brother, so write on this agent, because this agent isn't your like relative, etc. He said I wouldn't. I really cried. And my family didn't want to accept anything if not money. Yeah. And then they gave us half of the amount of money just because my boyfriend didn't want anything bad to happen. Because after this conversation I was talking about right now, he told me, like, couple months later, when he was in the army, everything got better, etc. He told me that that day he came home, he was living with his another brother and his wife, and he came home and started crying because he thought we broke up. Like, he thought I broke up with him, but I didn't. Especially, I didn't also feel like cool. I didn't feel better than him. I also was crying because I had this pressure from my parents on the one side, and this pressure from his relatives, like from this situation in general. Also, I came to take an exam again, TOEFL, my favorite TOEFL. Yeah. And then after this all, he got to army, and that's next part of my pressure, because You know, when your boyfriend comes to the army, you don't know what's happening. And also in this situation, you believe everything any person says, everything you see, even it's hallucination or you're overthinking, you believe everything, in everything, really. My yeah, I was crying a lot this 2 months when I was with my mom. Well, we were working, but she still was like angry and didn't like my boyfriend these days. Yeah, my dad didn't talk at all, just a little bit talk, and then later stop, like don't talk. So yeah, the thing is, my mom sometimes on her emotions started telling me that he's not gone to army. And my brain in these days really believed this thing, and my brain made a lot of like dreams when he break up with me because of my parents, when he like tried to go to places where I couldn't be, but I see him and he says, yes, I'm not in the army, like this, I just don't want to see you, something like this. Also, I got hallucinations like this, or like uh, paranoia, because when I was going out, if any man looks a little bit like my man, and I see this man with the girl, I was thinking that's my man with another girl. Yeah, but it wasn't him. Because then you look at this man and you realize it's not him. Yeah. So that was really crazy. And about TOEFL, I gonna fuck this TOEFL. Don't go to TOEFL in Turkey. If you want to get an education in Turkey, just get your exams at school, like university. Yeah. Because that's the third part. I was living. You're gonna ask where I was living like after all this? In the hotel. I was living almost 2 months in the hotel. Uh, yeah. My dad tried to find a apartment we can buy. So to make my own apartment where I can live, something like this. While this, I was preparing for my exams because I actually didn't know if I'm in my university student or no. Yeah, there's a system a little bit like this. And at this time, I've got to TOEFL exam again, and I didn't pass. Do you know? I've got 71 points. Okay. Later on, I decided to go again, but I've got to different universities. Really, to different universities in Istanbul. Like, except my university, I've got to Üsküdar Üniversitesi, Topkapı Üniversitesi, and like I've written to a lot, but I've like got and talked with. I'm joking about them, and yeah, that's it. 2 more, and others like Altınbaş Üniversitesi or like Beykoz Üniversitesi. Like I've written them, but then I looked like, because they had less points, but let's start with the Topkapı Üniversitesi. Topkapı Üniversitesi, I got there to their international office to ask some questions about my TOEFL, etc. yeah, a man said you need to this campus on this day to ask this woman. I didn't realize it's a woman. I thought it's a man. Okay, to this person about your TOEFL and about can you study here, etc. And that's, I guess, it was the most sincere, most truth saying and straightforward woman I have ever seen in any university here, because I was really shocked. I'm coming and she said like, yes, we can, like, you can study here from 70 points, but not for a program, because language programs uh like are waiting from you in TOEFL a lot of points. But I'm gonna tell you like secret, nobody likes TOEFL. Everybody hates it, and nobody gonna give you a chance to study with the TOEFL. Yes, we're writing it, but in reality, everything is different. So I was really kind of shocked, and she said, "You can write to my email, and I'm gonna tell you when we're gonna have our exam into university." University exam, just like this. I said, okay, I read it, I've got it there. There were 2 parts, and it was pretty easy. Like, if I was having a test in my school when I was 7 years old, in my first grade, something like this. Like, and I passed, yeah, I could study there. I've got to Skidar just to ask, but I thought that's like a little bit long time. Like, the way is a long, because the same thing. Altenbach is the same thing, and also Altenbach is the best university. So I decided, or Topkapi, or my university. I study in Istanbul University. Yeah. And one day my university gives me like, you can pass my exam. Even though I've got again to another like TOEFL, and I'm telling like, look, I already have great point scores that you need, they still wanted me to take an exam at school. Like, nasıl? Türkçe konuşabiliyorum ama benim İngilizce konuşmam gerekiyor. Uzun zamandır bu kadar İngilizce konuşmadım, tamam mı? And I was like shocked, but I've got there. And while this exam, my dad was with me, and he was talking with a Palestinian guy who is studying in my university for the 2nd year, or something like this. And he said, like, I had enough points. I had even more, 80 points or something like this. But they still gave me my that exam, and that proves the words of the woman from Topkapi University. Like, she told me the truth, because they really like and prefer you to take their exams, not TOEFL, IELTS, or something like this. It's much easier, to be honest. And at one moment I even realized I could like move here a year ago. I was listening to people who help studying here, to become a student here, and they of course were telling like, you can't get there now, everything is closed, etc. But everybody knows, because their cooperation is closed with this university for this semester, for example. But honestly, semester starts in October, not in September as in Russia, for example. And I could easily do it at any moment, and I wouldn't be in Synergia But I'm really grateful for this like experience in Synergia. Yeah, Synergia çünkü like because it's synergy of course, but I'm talking about like how we tell it in Russian. Yeah. Then we had a case with something left, you know, a lot of things left, to be honest. And now it's gonna be the last thing I'm gonna explain here, because other things I want to explain in another part. Yeah, I think there are gonna be two parts because I don't tell you details. Details, like, they're not in need here. I just exploring you the situation, uh, explaining it, etc. So the last part for today's video is how we were trying to buy a flat. We've got to a lot of like flats, really, but we didn't have a lot of amount of money. It was like limited, and we wanted one plus two, like this, 1+0 also. It could be also great, like not the best thing, but it could be. And we were looking at them. We got a lot of troubles with these documents because we were running böyle şöyle, if I explain in Turkish. Yeah, we were running everywhere. Also, we have made our bank cards here for these machinations, etc. And what to tell you, one day there were only 3 or 4 options, and I'm gonna tell you about 4 options. One option, let's start with it. One option is the little mini this, because we have like, not a friend, but my dad knows him. Probably he's a relative, something like this. But he's a teacher in university. I wanted at first is Bosphorus University, Boğaziçi Üniversitesi. I mean, yeah, and he was selling sometimes. He's a teacher, but sometimes he's selling like flats, apartments, and the first one, little bit shade. The first one was, do you know what? He's flat, but he's a liar. He's always telling one price later, the another price later. When we wanted to buy it, he said, "Oh, I sold this thing. Like, we don't have it anymore." Okay. And for like free, yeah, free. Ya biraz korktum ya. Burada sesleri çok güzel duyuyorum ya. Ben tek başımayım evde. Şimdi sevgilimin evinde. Sadece biliyorum ki bir anda belki onun kuzeni gelebilir. O yüzden biraz korkmuşum ya. Ama tamam. Devam ediyoruz. The first one, it was the 6th floor, yeah, but there was gas and it was a little bit small. Yeah, okay, I don't like it. We go on. 2, this one didn't wait like this because it's really cool, it's really big, but floor is the first. Also bedroom, you have the wall in the window, you don't see anything, just the wall. Yeah. And the second one is cité. We have cité here. It's like a complex, do you know, like modern complexes. So yeah, That's like a modern complex. But we pay IDOT here. We pay other things, and also some cities have their own auto park uh, in the IDOT, including. Yeah, but this they didn't have even a gym, pool, terrace. There is no balcony. There is no auto park included in the IDOT. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. There is no. So you pay IDOT 400 lira, and that's too much. That, do you know what happened? If you want auto park, you pay more, like the more money, but not in Thailand. Just for auto park, 300. Like, okay, that's not appropriate. Like, that's not logical. Do you have anything? We're doing. No. But we take a lot of money from you. Like, the flat is really cool, but the house, the building, no, I didn't like it. And the last one, where I'm living now, it's also cité. Yeah, that's also cité. But we have, like, in the IDAT, there are included sauna, gym, terrace, what I'm gonna say, pool. I have a lot of things, like, and they're included in IDAT. Also auto park that is included in IDAT. And also güvenlik. How we say it. Something like this. Kargo bölümü included into IDAT. Kargo bölümü is like when you get your parcels and the person comes to give you a parcel. If you're not home or you're not available now, you can take this parcel later from here. Yeah. Also, my like flat is like small 1+1, but it's also big because in this ++1 I have one big room and one bedroom, and in the bedroom I have not these French balconies that are a little small like this. I have a really normal balcony, a big balcony where you can sit when you want, do whatever you want, etc. So yeah, I'm really happy that we got this, but there were a lot of obstacles also. But that's, I guess, more about people. Shay, I'm gonna tell you this, not in details, but in general. Shimla, I'm explaining you. There is a man who sold this flat. It was his flat, but there were living some people. Yeah. And these people are coming. There is a man looking like he's a prisoner, and he's probably a prisoner. Yeah. And he's this man's like girlfriend. She's not a wife, she's a girlfriend. I know this. And at first, this like main man whose house sends to like check the money with that another man, and everything's fine. But when we got that money to the main man whose house, he says, my bank, I've got to bank and they don't got through the machine, like, and we've got that this man tried to change some of the money to the fake money. Okay, later on, but sort like I'm coming to my home, and this man who tried to change everything asks me, are you gonna like move tomorrow, today? I'm saying no, but tomorrow or 2 days, like this. But he didn't do anything. He said like we are doing, but he didn't do anything. But it already was my flat, and everything they use like electricity, water, everything was on me. So I should have paid this. One day we were coming, we were almost got everything for my home, and we see them, and they say like they look shocked, and they see like saying, "Oh, we got home. We're at another ship floor, living on another floor." I was like, okay, but we are sure they're not living. They just wanted to come to my home and to live there for free. Yeah. And then they've got there. Like, there are a lot of things. For example, when we got our things and they wanted to take there, they've got a man and he make a mistake, like almost made a mistake by taking our things. But I'm sure this man just wanted to take it to himself because he said we bought everything from IKEA. Like, okay. And later on, he's gone. Yeah. But everybody told me, you, like, now, today or tomorrow, need to change your keys, etc. Because he had these keys and he didn't give them to him. To him, to him, to güvenlikler. Yeah, didn't give what we said to make it. I'm pretty sure if I didn't change, he was gonna come and do something. Because everybody's told me, we learned he has something bad about police, prisoner, being a prisoner, etc. And I really, when I was looking at his girlfriend, I felt like she's in abuse. Like, girl is really abused. And I felt so sorry for this girl, but I knew that if I do something, this man will do something to me. So I didn't know what to do. But she was really scared when I was talking. She wasn't talking, but he was talking. Also, the previous man, like, who was selling, he is also a little bit a liar, but it's Turkish man. That's okay. That's perfect. In their, like, according to them, that's normal. He just said like, I will give you the number, you will write them, and they're gonna make you an internet without comment. But earth experiments. I mean, I read it, and they say like, no, we don't do without comments. And there, another part, but we're gonna see it later. Thank you guys for watching this video. Wait for the second part because it's more interesting. That was also interesting, but I'm telling not in details. If I was telling the details, it was much longer, but it may be much more interesting, unbelievable, really dangerous, but like this. Because I don't wanna, like, make you feel worse. Yeah. I'm gonna make you feel worse in another part because that part will be about paperwork, and nobody likes paperwork. Paperwork is a stressful thing for everybody. Like, everybody hate it. So not today, but one day. Another day. See you guys. I'm waiting for your thumbs up, your comments here, and follow my Instagram, my TikTok, listen to my music, and see you. Bye bye.